Hi, my name is Jeev and I'm a Year 1 student currently pursuing a diploma in Community Development from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. One thing I love about my course would be the positive and non-judgmental environment. What's a day in the life as a Community Development student like? Every module is enjoyable and manageable. After lessons, we would usually try to complete our notes for the day or do our assignments. Assignments at the start of semester are usually a few essays, but eventually we have group projects and individual projects as well. For example, we had an integrated group project for sociology and community development where our task was to observe a certain population. We learned about different racial groups, body language, and their needs and challenges, which was fun and interesting to work on. We don't have practicals, but our hands-on experience is basically our daily lives, which is really amazing. Applying concepts learned and finding more about people's behavior and the world is what makes this course special. What made me choose Community Development and Ngee Poly? Well, I chose NP because I found the environment and people here comforting and filled with energy, which intrigued me. I chose Community Development because I've always wanted to go towards helping people, but I was unsure of what I specifically wanted to do in the future. So this course provided opportunities to experience different aspects. It is broad and there are various opportunities besides social work, such as business and management. We learn interesting and important skills that allows us to work in different industries and aspects, such as sociology, psychology, communication, and much more. Be open-minded. You will learn a lot about society and dive into some sensitive yet interesting topics, such as the Black Lives Matter movement, racism, elderly, families, etc. But we are all non-judgmental and are open to learning. Do what you really love. Have a passion for helping or volunteering and be willing to make a difference and make a change in society. Passion has helped me throughout the semester because I was really interested in these topics and modules that I was learning. The topics intrigued me as I was someone who was interested in social issues and in people's behavior. If you don't have passion for it, it's going to be hard to not only pull through with assignments and exams, but it's going to be hard to have fun and enjoy this course.
Hello, my name is Robert. I'm a Year 3 Ngee student currently pursuing a Diploma in Arts Business Management. One thing I love about my course is that it offers me the best of both worlds, comprising of the business aspects and also the arts aspects. For the business aspects, we actually picked up modules such as financial management and also human capital management. And for the arts aspect, we actually learn all forms of the arts such as dance, music, theatre, and also visual arts. Okay, one tip for students who actually want to join arts business management is actually get yourself involved in the arts. So this can be through volunteering in different arts company and actually get yourself exposed and actually know the industry better. So arts business management actually have modules specifically planned for us that prepares us for the workforce. This actually includes preparing our digital portfolio, interviews, resume, and cover letters. We also have modules that train us in Adobe software, which is very relevant for our industry, especially in marketing and design. One thing I want to tell the O-level students is that focus on whatever is on hand and always strive to do your best. Always choose something that you're passionate about and do not be afraid if you do not get the choices that you want. Because ultimately, it's not always about doing what you love, but learning to love what you do. One fun fact about Arts Business Management is that every year, Year 2 students actually come together to plan an event from scratch, and this event is actually called Verve. So we actually get to do stuff such as sponsorships, we actually get to work with various industry partners, we actually get to liaise with artists. For publicity wise, we actually have to handle social media on our own, and this includes publishing our own collaterals. And one thing that is included for this project is that we actually have to do our own fundraising for our event.
Hello, I'm En Hui, a Year 2 student currently pursuing a Diploma in Chinese Media and Communication from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. I love the study environment where lecturers will give us the space we need to put our creativity and skill sets to good use. A day in my life as a CMC student is very flexible. We get to watch drama and movie during lesson time. We will also head to the studio to learn how green screen works. In Ngee, I'm given many chances to explore and learn beyond classrooms. For example, I participated actively in competitions such as Business U China Showdown and Chinese radio drama script. What is my biggest takeaway from Ngee? I think it's the unique experience such as planning for the annual CMC showcase. I was the project manager. Together with my department leaders and teammates, we made the first ever online CMC showcase possible. I was really touched and happy to see our 3-month hard work has finally come to a wonderful ending. Along this journey, friends will join along and accompany you. That's how deep friendships are made. In this course, it's not only about socializing and having fun. There's a whole range of fields for you to explore, such as public relations, news and documentary, radio, and etc. You have to learn the basics of almost everything. So if you have a passion for Chinese media, don't hesitate. Join us for the fun and thrilling journey.
Hi everyone, my name is Eleanor, a Year 2 student currently pursuing a diploma in Chinese Studies under the business specialization. One thing I really love about my course is the fact that it's a really niche course. It isn't a diploma that can be found in other polytechnics beside Ngee. And due to its uniqueness, the knowledge I'm able to gain from it is actually one of its own kind. And the Diploma in Chinese Studies actually offers 3 specializations, which are Education, Business, and Early Childhood Teaching. So what made me choose Chinese Studies and NP? So the main driving force of my decision to join the Diploma in Chinese Studies was actually my passion and interest for the language itself. In secondary school, Chinese was one of my strongest subjects, and I thoroughly enjoyed the learning process of it. One useful tip for the incoming Chinese Studies students is to always keep an open mind. Be open-minded to what you'll be able to learn from your lecturers, because Chinese Studies is more than just memorizing and learning for the sake of exams. As the content that's being taught by our lecturers during classes is actually life lessons that are really useful. One thing I actually wish I knew before joining Chinese Studies was actually the possible pathways that a Chinese Studies student can take. I always thought that after the diploma, I could only pursue degrees that are closely related to Chinese and more specialized in the Chinese aspect. However, after being informed about my decisions, I was greatly enlightened by the wide variety of choices I'm able to choose from. So just to name a few, it actually includes tourism and hospitality management as well as media communications. So what I would like to say to the O-levelers that are interested in Chinese Studies, the Diploma in Chinese Studies is a really engaging and eye-opening course, despite how niche it is in Singapore, which is what makes it unique. So do not be afraid to pursue what you desire and what you want to do. And after you join Chinese Studies, if you are worried or unsure, do not worry too much about it, because we have a program called Peer Mentoring, where Year 2 and 3 students are actually grouped together with Year 1 students to help them integrate into the Chinese Studies life better. So the seniors will actually guide you along on this new journey, and personally it has helped me understand and cope with my life better as a Year 1. Also, Chinese Studies does not solely rely on Chinese language, but also includes a big bulk of English. So as a business specialization student, modules such as translation as well as other business related modules requires a lot of English, so do not neglect on your English language as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Shahid, a Year 2 student currently pursuing a Diploma in Early Childhood Development and Education from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. I love that we are able to express our creativity when doing our assignments, such as creating our own play kits and coming up with the themes for our lesson plan. What's a day in a life as an early childhood development and education student life? So we have fun and interesting lectures and tutorials such as dancing in lecture hall, doing art and crafts, and exploring new materials such as kinetic sand and cloud dough. Not only that, one of our modules in Year 1 taught us communication and reflective skills, and how to manage ethical issues in relation to working with children, colleagues, and family members. What made me choose Early Childhood Development and Education and Ngee Poly? I chose ECDE as a profession in working with children, and I want to make a difference in the children's life. Ngee Poly offers early intervention as an elective for Year 3 ECDE students. Early intervention introduces students to a variety of activity-based strategies to help children with special needs develop language, literacy, social, and functional skills, as well as methods to manage their behaviors. One thing I wish I knew before joining ECDE would be the challenges and how difficult it is to be a teacher. While it may be challenging, ECDE lectures will always be there to help you along the way. The different modules taught will give you a better understanding and knowledge on how to be a good and confident teacher. Take the first step and don't be afraid even if you might not have the passion in working with children, because with the help and the support of your peers and the teachers, you will be able to do it. My biggest takeaway from early childhood development and education would be the supportive and fun peers and lecturers and the knowledge gained for me to help me in the industry.
Hello everyone, my name is Inshira. I'm currently studying Year 2 in Diploma in Tamil Studies with Early Education from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. My course allows me to express my passion for the language as well as the career. It helps me improve myself and gives me the opportunity to impact children's lives. After graduation, I will be certified as a Tamil language preschool teacher. However, I can still further my studies in various ways such as NIE or take a degree in local universities to deepen my knowledge and my experience in this field. The passion for the language and the career should be equal for you to enjoy your experience in TSC to the fullest. As TSC is a bilingual course, the modules do not only focus on Tamil language. In fact, overall the course offers more English modules than Tamil modules, as 55% of our modules are in English and only 45% is in Tamil. NP and TSA have helped me learn and grow in many aspects. I've gained a lot of experiences through these years, and the knowledge I've learned as well as the friends I've made here are my biggest takeaways. NP and TSC have molded me to become an inspiring teacher and have helped me create lifelong friendships. You do not have to stress about knowing all the basics as everything will be taught in the 3 years of the studies. If you have the passion and the interest, do consider joining the TSC family, and I hope to see you in campus next year, and all the best for your O-levels.